Hello everybody, it's Friday night and it is time for the Weekender once again. This week's show we warp into a mountain of sci-fi as we check out games, miniatures and terrain. And if you're looking to pick any of those up, you could do it with this week's prize. A £50 voucher for Wayland Games for one lucky commenter below this video over at OnTableTop.com. Now sit back and relax because your weekend starts here. Hello everybody and welcome to the Weekender. I'm joined this week by Ben and Shay.
Hello.
Hello.
To bring you a gentle meander through the world of hobby from the past 7 days.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
And there's a ton of fun to be done.
There is.
Before we do that though, I will say we're into the last week of January.
We are.
So that means better be getting your tree and festy things finished. Because I haven't have to start looking at those soon.
We are, yeah.
Well, I have been looking at those anyway, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. There's some big projects people have been working on. It's very cool.
Good.
I got so far as to reprime the pieces I painted as tests.
Ah, right.
Good.
No, I've still got a week, which means I could just hammer them out in a night.
That's what quick way of doing it. That's what dry brushing's for. So
dry brushing and washes, as far as the eye can see. I have a big pot of, I made it myself, floor polish and stuff. If I shake it enough, the floor polish goes away. That's the wash I put on all my stony buildings.
There you go. See?
Yeah. One day it used to be a proper wash by a proper company. No more. No, now it's floor polish and ink. But yeah. So if you haven't already been nosing around in the project system, feel free to go there, have a nosy, see what people have been up to for Trade Fest. Give them a wee follow their project, that sort of thing. You can find some fantastic stuff in there. I've not seen if Caesar's current things that he's been working on have made it into the Train Fest, but he's been making some, I want to say 10, maybe smaller scale buildings out of the smallest really useful boxes you will ever see in your life. They're like that big, and he's got them upside down and then widgets and stuff on them, and all of a sudden it's a 10 mil city.
Amazing.
Wow.
Very good.
Anyway,
very good.
Yes. So get yourselves in there, have a nosy, and if that inspires you, then cool your jets and wait for spring clean. Will not be far away, and the challenge
around
will
the
be
corner.
We'll be going ham for that. Right. Now it's time for some news.
Coming to you from the center of Northwestern Europe. Covering board games, war games, card games, and all that you love. It's the news.
Okay, we're going to be kicking things off with a little game being tabletoped by Archon Studios.
Yeah, so Archon, as we've known for around a year or so now, are working with the folks at Blizzard to create the StarCraft Tabletop Miniatures Game. They have previewed elements of the game, some of the miniatures and stuff like that, a little bit on the mechanics and things. Over the last 6 months or so, where they were talking about what was coming up. But now, in a live stream that went out last week, they showed off what's going to be coming as part of the big Founders launch for the game, for the StarCraft Tabletop Miniatures Game. So I dove in and I had a little bit of a rummage around in their live stream to see what I could find out. So initially, starting off, there's going to be some Founders Edition box sets. This is the 2-player starter box that's going to be coming out. This will contain all of your Terrans and your Zerg in fairly large numbers, as you can see there. You even get all of your characters in there too, which is quite cool. So lots of the famous faces that you'll know from StarCraft have been worked into this little box set.
Steve and Dave.
Steve and Dave. Yep. They're the two Marines in the top. They're the best. You'll also get all of your train and all of the other gubbins as well in there too. It gives you 2 1,000-point forces. So that's enough for you to start playing your initial games of StarCraft on the tabletop. This is only going to be a limited release for this.
Mhm.
So they have said that there are going to be 2-player box sets in the future, potentially, but they won't contain as much stuff as this. In all likelihood, they're probably just going to contain the 2 armies cut down in size, I would imagine.
Yeah. 'Cause that's a lot of stuff there.
Yes.
And a playmat and stuff as well.
So they said that the total cost of the box before selling it, obviously, is around $400, but they're going to be aiming for around the $199 mark. Although, of course, that's yet to be fully confirmed. That's going to be done in the next live stream they do, just before the pre-orders go live. But essentially, that's going to be your kind of entry point if you've been waiting for this for a while and you want to dive in, you want to get your hands on this. Looks great. Obviously, the Terrans and the Zerg, fantastic stuff. Alongside that, you might be thinking, well, how do I construct additional pylons? Well, that's where you can dive in and get your hands on the Protoss as well. So this is going to be more akin to what you're going to be getting when the game actually fully goes to retail and things like that. So this is the 1-player Founders Edition version for the Protoss starter set as well. So you're going to be able to get your hands on that too. Obviously, you could grab the 2-player starter set, and then if you wanted to bring all 3 factions to the game, you could just go and get the Protoss one as well. Sit down, have some fun, play some games. Now, the nice thing about these is that they're all in the lovely Archon plastic, which is fantastic. So if you're looking to dive in and get your hands on these minis, and you've checked out any of their stuff they've done before for Dungeons and Lasers or anything like that, lovely hard plastics. They're going to be colored as well. So for the Terrans, you get blue minis.
Yep.
And as they say, you could simply just wash them, and that's all you need to do. On the other side of things, if you go for the Zerg, you get like purple plastics with lovely clear plastic in them as well.
I was about to say or ask because these pylons and these parts here look like they're screaming clear plastic, and they've done that. I think we've got
a time code in the YouTube video where we can sort of like see some of the minis and things like that. So if you go through, so that's obviously your Terrans in the blue. You just, if you really wanted to, you could just stick it together and just play in the sort of plain blue plastic if you wanted. No reason why you couldn't, especially if you're coming over from, playing the PC games or whatever and you're not really a hobbyist or anything yet. Just dive in. You do have to assemble them. So you will have to put them together with glue and all that kind of thing. So they do come as multi-part kits, obviously. But they're fairly easy to assemble once you get your head around it. Skipping through, you will see more of the other ones they've shown off as well. So I think you can see there's the Protoss. So you will get the clear blue plastic alongside the yellow, which is a really nice touch, I think. And again, you could simply just wash these and away you go. Or of course, spray them and paint them as much as you see fit, effectively. But yeah, so all of these are going to be coming relatively soon. I think they're looking at sort of like March time for the pre-orders and stuff for this to go live. But looking really good as a starting point for this game. There is also a roadmap that they talked about for the game. So this was kind of looking at what they had planned for it. So as you can see, pre-orders and stuff coming March time. Loads of additional waves coming out throughout the rest of the year as well. So you're going to get stuff for all of the different factions. So you can dive in and sort of add to this. They are going to then have retail boxes, you can see there, which effectively work as 1-player starter boxes. So effectively you'll buy one for the Terrans, one for the Zerg, one for the Protoss, and then you'll have unit boxes that you could just then bolt onto your collection effectively. Their main aim with doing things like the Founders Edition stuff is to try and make it so that you have the ability to just grab the stuff and start playing the game, because they want people to play as soon as possible. We're going to learn more about the rules and all that kind of stuff, gameplay videos, that kind of thing, in the next month or so. So keep an eye out for that from the folks at Archon. But it's looking like a pretty badass release from them. And I like that they're going to retail straight away rather than going through something like a Game Found or a Kickstarter. Yeah. So it's going to be in our hands sooner rather than later, I would think. So keep an eye out for that. If you're a StarCraft fan, you're going to be eating good this year. So
fancy.
Cool. Yeah.
I see there's a narrative campaign as well by Sam Pearson being worked on.
Yeah. Who I believe was an
interesting
XGW guy, I think Sam Pearson was. Yeah.
Possibly.
I might have got that wrong. There might be another Sam. Who knows? But
it's a name that rings a bell.
Yeah.
From Spearhead?
Yes.
I think he was a designer on Spearhead.
I think he
Do you
did
like
Spearhead
Spearhead?
and
Oh,
Warcry
that's
and
probably
stuff
where
like
you
that. Yeah.
Bear.
Yeah.
So it'd be fascinating to see what he does as far as narrative campaign goes.
Mm.
I'm aware of StarCraft. Never played it. But I am aware of what Blizzard have done with Warcraft and the narrative and backstory and lore on that is huge, even in things that you never really see in game, or there's a ton of stuff built into that. I'm assuming StarCraft is similar, but it's obviously a real-time strategy game. So when you play the sort of the old Warcraft games, you had all of that. Arthas arriving to purge a city. I'm assuming similar things are from StarCraft, where you have notable characters and timeline of events and so on and so forth.
Oh yeah. It's an incredibly in-depth world and stuff like that. It's going to be really cool to see what they do with it. A lot of people are talking about how much they're going to involve RTS mechanics into what they're doing with the game. So it'll be interesting to see if like lots of the things to do with the Terrans and the Zerg, like their creep and that kind of stuff, finds its way into the game mechanics. I would imagine it will do, because they've worked alongside Blizzard to make this a reality. So yeah, I'm very excited, and it's also full circle almost for StarCraft as a miniatures game, because it was one of these things that kind of floated around within the ecosphere of Warhammer for a very long time, and obviously there was the World of Warcraft tabletop game that didn't go anywhere and that kind of stuff. So if you're somebody who was like, I remember the days when Games Workshop were talking to Blizzard about this kind of thing, well, now it's a reality, but through Archon instead. So there we go. And
That's
yes, as a lot of people have said, do World of Warcraft next. There we go.
Well,
but said it during Tides of Darkness, old school. There we go.
Let's see how StarCraft works first.
Yes.
Yeah.
In case they did cut and run. I can't imagine somehow. It'll be interesting to see what people think below where the narrative campaign should be set, because StarCraft obviously died because of Sparkle Pony. So its story has ended, unlike Warcraft's, which has still been powering away. So, where would you like that narrative campaign?
You never know.
Is there a particular moment in time of StarCraft that you're thinking, well, this is the ideal spot to kick off with a tabletop narrative game?
You never know. Maybe we'll finally get StarCraft Ghost after all these years, but it'll be in miniature form.
We won't, because of Sparkle Pony.
Yeah.
For people who are unaware, you should go on Google. Go on Google Sparkle Pony and find out how it killed StarCraft. Anyway, sticking with science fiction, but a little more industrial, a little more a little bit they're geezers. It's Corvus Belli, and they are going to be re-releasing for the last time ever.
until Carlos decides otherwise.
Well, it does say in the video last time ever, so I'm going to hold him to that. The Acontecimento are returning.
Yeah.
So this is going to be multiple packs of tiny fighting Pano fun for your tabletop. Some of these things were retired in N4 and so sort of been brought back, but you'll be able to get everything you need in 2 handy packs with a big bonus at the end, which you'll see in a moment. So your standard Acontecimento combat force is your alpha. They come with the regulars. The regulars are a eclectic mix of people. Often you're just taking your regulars to get your fire teams and get your sort of kit on the ground, and then you look for specialists for heavy lifting. Pano are very much light and heavy, and the Acontecimento are a really good jumping off point if you fancy playing Pano, because they take that to the extreme. They are the quintessential Pano force. So your regulars do more than just take up troop choices that you must put on the table. They can do an awful lot of harm to people. You can have sappers, you can have paramedics, you can have hackers, all part of your regulars. So they're cheap upgrades. More importantly, you can have that sapper, who apart from being absolutely fantastic, hiding behind a wall, is also rocking the multi-sniper rifle. So if you are building your core fire teams and they're full 5-man, the BS-12 pumps up to BS-15. And very then nice. They can also deploy anywhere on the table with cover from all directions, as long as they don't move. So that could be your back line if you really want to know your opponent. Make them come to you.
I saw a lot of people in the comments being, I'm just going to get the bundle so I can have the sniper because it's a lovely model. So, yeah.
I mean, it makes sense, but also in game terms.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it's filth, but it's fantastic. It's a really, really good upgrade for your regulars. And like I say, run a five-man core to get the BS pumped from 12 to 15, and you're going to be doing a lot of harm and forcing a lot of people with HMGs and missile launchers to actually have to come towards you to deal with you. Then just sit back and chuckle your ass off. There's also a really nice hacker, as somebody once described. There's Skyla, a hacker who actually does something.
Wow.
So, I mean, harsh but fair. She
harsh
can
all the other hackers,
most hackers just do hack very badly. She's got a Trinity, which gives +2 damage on the old hack front as well. So, depending on the multi loadout you give her, she's all good in hood. And her dev bot, who accompanies her armed with flamethrower,
very nice.
Means that you don't really have to hide her at the back and worry about things. You can be very much more aggressive with her. Only one win though, so when she does get hit, if you've managed to mess up, she will go all over a wall.
Keep her safe. Yeah.
Keep her. Is she secret? Is she safe? So yeah, the standard sort of repack for the alpha, everything you need in there, all the good stuff to form your core fire teams, and a little bit of beef added into them as well. Some really tasty figures in there.
Very nice.
There's also the beta repack, which has the Bang Marie in it. A little bit tougher. So your standard regulars, no armor, bit better willpower, and the like. With these guys, they do actually have some armor. So they can stand up to a bit more aggressive forward movement, shall we say. Right. A lot of what you're going to be doing with the Acontecimento in particular is pinning things down, and then you've got to sort of, at what point do I make my move? Now, while it is possible that you can rock the Bang Marie as a sort of a core troop as well, they're a bit more expensive, so you're better using them as supplemental, because you're not going to be putting 5 of these guys on. You're not going to be getting the BS increase, and you'll miss out on that. Well, you'll miss out on that sniper rifle. Let's put it like that. You want her. Take less of these guys, but there's plenty in there to give you options whenever you're putting together your teams for missions.
Yeah, plenty of stuff.
So a very good thing about Pano in particular, the Acontecimento force, is you are always tailoring to the mission. You punch lightly or very, very, very hard indeed. So you don't have to worry so much about the terrain because of the way they are able to deploy and mess around with, mine laying and sappers and the like, engineers in their own zones. They're very flexible on the tabletop. Some forces are more restricted by the terrain they're going to be jumping into or playing on. These guys can react very quickly, which is one of the reasons why it's a good stepping off point if you fancy playing Pano for the first time.
Nice.
This is the classic quintessential Pano, and you can mess around with it. Stephen Reo there, he's typical of the force in general. Raised on a jungle planet, spent his time with his parents doing night camping, setting traps in the dark, hunting, running, jumping, skipping through trees, all of that.
Sounds like
and likewise, the rest of the force are very similar. They follow suit. I mean, the regulars get jungle terrain as a freebie essentially for their movement. Now, obviously, if you're in an urban area, less fun, but they have the potential in there. So a nice selection of infantry. The other thing Pano do very well are the big things. So you don't get much bigger than the Dragos.
That's a big boy.
This is absolutely filth. He has a hyper rapid cannon. It's a railgun, but unlike most railguns, which are rifles, this one essentially is belt fed. So railgun go. Brrr.
Oh joy! Wow.
That's not what they're supposed to do.
Yes, it is.
Oh God!
I think it's also one of the few tags in the game with BS-15. So he is just going to go. Oh, you have things to tell me, have you?
Wow.
Bam, bam, bam. Time for you to go away forever. I don't like you anymore. And if people decide that they want to try and get up close and switch him off, that's why he's also armed with that flamethrower. Get away from my railgun, he says, as he hoses people down. So yeah, hyper rapid magnetic cannons for the win. There's not many of those in the game, so it's great to see that. Now, if you do decide to pick these up, you can get alpha and beta with the tag for free.
Yes.
Because you need the tag to make the things work. I have heard of people running 2 tags in a very much an internet meme list in previous N3 and M4. I don't know if that's still doable in N5. I'm sure we'll find out. But yeah, these will be available for a limited time. So you have up until the 9th of February to order them. You may still find that some retailers who pick them up will have them after the 9th. If stores buy them, they'll be available in the stores afterwards.
Yeah, because I've seen that obviously Corvus Belli will be selling them, but I know that folks like Warsnell and stuff like that will also have options. So yeah, Elephant Games, all of those. So yeah, if you fancy
going old school because the jungle is massive, then Acontecimento is the way to go. Some really nice figures and some interesting play styles as well.
Yeah, I was talking with someone I know at a wargaming market over the weekend, and I was saying, so what are you playing at the moment? And he's like, oh, I play Infinity now. I was like, oh, that's really cool. Yeah, he's like, yeah, I've never been stressed playing a tabletop wargame until I started playing Infinity. I was like, what do you mean? It's like, I have to constantly be on the ball. I have to be thinking about AROs. I have to watch where everyone's standing. And I was like, oh, right, cool. And he was like, but I'm having the most fun. And then I said, oh, so what are you playing? And he was like, well, I am kind of playing Pano, but everyone's basically just silhouettes. I just play the marker game, and it's like, you don't know where any of my stuff is. And I was like, cool.
Sweet.
Well, I mean, you do have things like, I mean, the Bang Marie have mimetism, so you know, it's hard to hit them. They also come with multispectral visors as well, so you can be on the lookout for other people. So that, you know, that's why you've got those little armored fun boys to run alongside your regulars. But regulars, 2 multi-sniper rifles. That's the way to go. Really upset your opponent. Just do it.
2 multi-sniper rifles and a tag. That's all you need.
Yeah.
2 tags.
2 tags.
And that's why all the rest of the force are so cheap. It's going, I'm just going to load up on regulars. Don't have armor? I don't care. The things that have armor have armor.
Yeah. They're not getting close enough for it to matter.
Yeah, just never move those sappers, because then they lose all of their bonuses from that initial deployment. But yeah, so have fun with those.
Very nice.
Right. You're probably going to need some terrain to fight around, I would imagine, if you're picking up all of that.
I would say so, yeah.
We've got a few, haven't we, Shay?
Yes, we do indeed. Next month, Gale Force 9 are going to be expanding their battlefield on a box range with a new set of 28 to 32mm sci-fi terrain.
Oh.
Gothic sector. I can't not say that in like a Russian accent.
Kestelgrad.
Kestelgrad, comrade. We go to Kestelgrad, come. So yeah, the first set we're having a look at here is the Hablock Small Ruins, which is just a nice little bit of cover terrain, some windows in it, peek your guns through, shoot some dirty Tyranids or something. I don't know what you kids do these days. But yeah, I love the vibe. That's exactly, there you go. See? But no, lovely, like proper Gothic terrain, like ruins terrain. I love that sort of stuff. Even the stuff we have even here in OnTableTop, I use that for so much. Basically, if you come in here someday, there's a table full of that. It was probably me who built it. I just love building with that kind of Gothic ruin stuff. It's really, really nice. Next up we have the Warehouse Small Ruins. So much like the Hablock Small Ruins, some good cover terrain, old Gothic vibe, except this one has a ladder.
What a metaphor for life. A ladder to nowhere.
Exactly, a ladder to nowhere. But, you know, you can always use that as a ladder to get to somewhere else. If you need to, you can always say, look, that's an entry point now. Cool, use it. You may as well. That's what it's there for. Next up is the fuel storage. And this one I really, really like because it's so big, it's tall. You know, you get some proper line of sight blocking rather than just cover with windows or like, you know, just a broken wall. Some proper cover you can hide behind is really good to have on a table. And if you can somehow get a Vindicare Assassin on top of that, a base might fit up there.
I imagine it will on top of that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think anybody's safe at that point, really. I think you're kind of screwed as the enemy if you get a Vindicator up there.
Yeah.
But I really, really like this. And this is all pre-painted, by the way. All fully painted, all comes exactly how you see in the box. And we have, like, some of it's behind me. It's really nice. It's really good stuff. Lastly, we have the Scatter Terrain. I use Scatter Terrain a lot when I'm building tables and on tabletop. If you come in someday and there's a gaming table with just boxes scattered across it, that's me.
It makes your battlefield look lived in, doesn't it?
Exactly. Because I build a little, industrial terrain board, and it looks nice. But then I just grab the boxes and just go onto the table, and it's just like, okay, there we go. People have been here. They've picked stuff up. People have came in and they've ran and dropped at their feet, and I love that. I love that kind of stuff.
Or if you've got a big empty street and you're fighting a battle, you're going to want to start putting things in the street to hide behind.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
To start to soak some of those shots up. Possibly not the exploding barrels. Don't hide behind the exploding barrels.
Although they're not red, though, so
they're not red.
Yeah,
might not explode.
Video game code.
They might not. Explode.
Might not. Might not want to try and figure it out.
Given value, it might.
I don't know if it's from being a long-time Tyranid player or not back in the day, but I put cover everywhere.
Oh yeah,
Scatter terrain just goes everywhere.
Need to defend yourself as you're rushing forward. So
literally, I played against Ultramarines. What am I going to do? Terrain goes everywhere, so they can't see me. That's just simple as that. It's not rigged. It's fun for me.
Yeah.
It's fun for me. Was that what you said?
Yes.
It might not be fun for your opponent.
No,
can't see them.
Not.
They've all got cover saves. Why is my army being shot out?
I came here before we opened because I work here. That's my bonus. I get to pick the terrain we play on, boy. Why are there 4 million craters in this board? Don't ask questions. But no, this stuff is absolutely fantastic for your sci-fi gothic sector stuff. I absolutely love it.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of their range. I picked up the not Dawn of War stuff they did a couple of years ago.
It's big, chunky stuff.
It really is.
Yes, it is.
And I think I picked up 3 or 4 boxes of the stuff, and it was enough to give you a decent semblance of terrain. But I think what that next step to having this Castrograd stuff is to have a little bits and pieces with a bit more height, as you were saying, Shay, so you've got a little bit more cover and stuff. So I think in addition to what they've already done for the Dawn of War stuff, grabbing this will be really cool, especially if you're a fan of, as you say, of that sort of classic Gothic ruins bits and bobs. They also do a really nice a space elf range. So if you're looking to get some space elf terrain, you can get some good stuff.
What colours are they in? Green, white, you say? Beltan,
green
you say?
And white. Yeah. No, Tan Biel is the raffle. Yeah.
Sure.
You're cutting it closer.
Yeah.
KO Durf. Right. I think that's enough news for now. We'll let you digest upon that while we show you a Kickstarter.
Did you win one of our prizes? Find out on our prize claim center over at OnTableTop.com. Here we list all our previous prizes and those who have won. If you see your username, fill out the form to claim your prize. All prizes must be claimed within 30 days.
All right then, Benjamin. I see my family motto screaming at me from across the top of this. What are we looking at here?
So this is another small Kickstarter for this week that comes from the folks at Studio Historia. It's a fully 3D printable one. So you're going to get yourself digital STL files as your reward for diving into this one. But Studio Historia have moved away from a lot of their medieval and Dark Age stuff and moderns to instead explore the period of 1775 to 1776 and their British ascendance period for the American War of Independence. This is Victory or Death, which comes with some lovely new stuff, BDP adding to the British forces if you were going to be doing things like the Battle of Quebec or the Battle of New York / Long Island across those 2 years. So this is spread across 2 core sets, effectively.
God, it's so fluffy I could tie.
Or you could leap out of a 3rd-story window if you were in Russia and dive into snowdrifts, as is the case. But as someone said, this puts a paid end to all of Putin's decides ways to kill people, but there we go.
No more defenestration.
Yep.
Fluffy snow.
I'm safe.
He's trying it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you have the Battle of Quebec core set, which comes with a British HQ, which involves an officer, ensign, drummer, sergeant with pike. You also have a British company of foot marching, British company of foot firing, and a British company of foot attacking. So that's all based around that particular battle itself, Battle of Quebec. You then have on the other side of things the Battle of Long Island core set, which involves the Highlanders. There's more than one, so it's not the real Highlanders, obviously. But this one has the Highlander HQ, which has an officer, ensign, drummer, and another sergeant with pike. And then, of course, you then have your Highlander company in the same mix as you had before. So you have foot marching, firing, and attacking. So it gives you loads and loads of stuff for building two distinct British forces used on the tabletop. And then, of course, I suppose you could always mix and match if you wanted to as well, which I think is quite nice. In addition to that, as Jerry's showing off here, there are also lots of stretch goals that they're working on as well, which will include a few more different elements for the British. So you have things like the Grenadiers, the Dragoons as well, different setups for them, alongside things like the Iroquois and stuff like that they have planned for the future, which is quite nice, alongside terrain pieces too. The campaign is funded. There are only a few days left on this, only 2 days from the time you're watching it. So if you do want to get involved, you will have to jump in. But I believe they have also added in lots of stuff from their previous campaigns as well. So they did a volume 1 for this, which was looking at the American side of the colonial side as well. Yeah. So if you do want to get your hands on those, you do have the option to play around with them. The Patriots, as they've called them. And again, they give you things like your standard infantry, your cavalry, your various commanders, and things like that too. So yeah, as I say, they have been working on this for a little while already. So there's plenty of things for you to sink your teeth into. And if you're looking for something a little bit different when it comes to sort of the Black Powder era, maybe you don't want to do the fighting over in Europe and you want to do some fighting over in the Americas instead, this is a pretty good set for you to dive into to have some fun with. They do also have a freebie, which we sort of briefly looked at as we were going
Minuteman up the top.
Yeah, so you can get the Minuteman, print it off for yourself and see whether or not you like it. And
essentially, it was that pose.
Yeah, and if you like their designs and you like how they come out as files, they are all fully supported and all that kind of stuff as well. And as I say, Studio Historia have been working on this kind of stuff for a very long time. They've done loads and loads of projects at this point, so you're not going to be getting bad files or anything like that from these guys when they land.
Oh, they're massive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Greek.
Yes, yeah. So they're reliable.
I don't know if we looked at the. They did Greek forces for World War II at one point, which we may have looked at on the show.
We did at one point. Yeah.
If not, I've certainly looked at them and talked nonsense about them.
They've got some lovely Vikings and all sorts of things as well. So if you're interested in different periods of history, definitely go and dive in. But as I say,
their Dark Age stuff's cracking as well. Yeah. So it's nice to see the change of venue, I suppose. Obviously, the Minutemen and the forces have already done for the War of Independence is very specific.
Yes,
but a lot of these British troops could be used for other engagements across Europe and far beyond.
Yeah,
maybe not the guys in the Capotes, but the others, your standard Grenadiers and light infantry and stuff, are fine for it. Do you read colour parties?
Yeah. The other thing that's quite nice about a campaign like this and the way that they've sort of focused it on those two battles, I think, and that specific period of 75 to 76 is that it gives you this sort of impetus to go off and do a little bit of research on it. So you can be like, cool, so I'm going to get the minis that will allow me to play the Battle of Quebec and the Battle of Long Island and that kind of thing. What actually happened? What terrain do I need? How do I build my tables? What kind of forces do I need to put together? What characters do I need to bring in from history and that kind of thing? So it gives you a nice holistic approach to your hobby, which is always fun. So yeah, definitely worth diving in and having a look at it.
Very nice.
So
it's interesting. They've an epic scale, 15 mil scale as well.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah. You can go tiny if you prefer. So.
Play small, fight big.
Exactly. Yeah.
As the man says,
over more space.
It's the important thing to do.
Yeah. The eternal reminder with smaller scales is that terrain is way easier to paint in smaller scales, so you can make really nice tabletops very quickly. So,
and depending what ground scale you're using,
that's true.
Don't go for go for a scale or two lower. So if you're playing 15, use 6 mil terrain.
Yes.
And then it means your individual figures then are actually representing companies and regiments and stuff. So it's the coverage, the ground scale footage of your base makes more sense to the 6 mil buildings.
The more you know.
Otherwise you've got towns with three buildings in them.
Yes.
Well, that's not really Boston then, is it? Anyway, I digress.
This is just a hamlet.
comes down to the rule set you're using. Right. If you want to get in quickly, we've only got till Sunday.
Yeah, only till Sunday. Yeah.
Right. I think it's time for some more news.
Even more news, bitches.
Okay, then we're back for some more news, and we're going to run away from science fiction and into the wonderful world of fantasy. Like Theresa May skipping through a wheat field. It's all good. It's all good. And we're going to be taking a look at Mantic's plans for 2026 and beyond, which is digital in a big way. So, for people who are unaware, he said, grabbing one, Mantic have a game called Kings of War Champions,
I've heard of it.
which are little self-contained company boxes. It's a hero and normally 3, sometimes 4 little tiny regiments to play a small-scale rank and file game on minimal space. So you play on like a 3x4 table. The champions and your list is set, so it's how you play those companies tactically. It's not about list building. It's about how you use what you've got on the tabletop. It's a really cute little game. You probably see a lot more of that because I've been buying it like ham. But they have dropped their first new company box of the year, and it's going to be for the Salamanders with Zake and his friends. So the champions all come on large bases, so sort of 40 or 50 mil, and they're all mastercrafted resin, which is Unico make those for Mantic, so they're absolutely cracking. You can see here this fella is a spellcaster / battle mage, as is the Salamanders want in life. They can also be used in full fat Kings of War if you so desire, because the basing and the like is right for 4th edition. But the interesting thing about these guys is the actual Champions box set, the company that's coming with, unlike the others that I have here where it's plastics with a resin beastie up front, these are all going to be print on demand. So this is the first of Mantic's in-house print on demand set, which is how they're going to be sort of pushing forward with certain things this year. The Hailthorn Salamanders are a brand new type of salamander for Panathor, frozen during the War with Winter, to be thawed out at a time when shit's got real and things have,
as you do.
The Zerkali have arrived, dog-faced people are here, and somebody's gone quickly thaw out the Hailthorn Salamanders. So they act a little bit differently from your regular flavored salamanders. We'll look at that in a moment. There's also the Gekuta. So these have been in the salamander list forever. A smaller, less ornery, less scaly, sort of lighter infantry for your salamanders. This is the first time we've actually had rank and file models.
Nice.
They have had a hero before, which came as part of a campaign pack a while back, which I have kicking around somewhere. He's in the list anyway, so he's quite cool. But again, we're now seeing the sort of expansion. And alongside those, we also have the Kaisnor Lancers. And again, salamanders mounted on dinosaurs. They already have salamanders mounted on massive dinosaurs, as like big, heavy rhino meets triceratops style cavalry. But these are your regular medium cav. So lizard on lizard action coming for you.
More dinosaur, more good.
Yeah. Dinoception.
Dinoception is the way to go. And the interesting thing about this is the entire company then, like I say, is all going to be 3D printed or available as STLs. And this month, Mantic have also released the Salamander Army as a fully digital STL download. So if you print your stuff at home, these plus everything else on the the Vault, or I think they may have renamed the storefront Mantic Digital now. But it is now going to be a proper storefront where you can go in and go, Kings of War, show me the salamanders. And there is everything. There
cool.
are heroes, infantry, the whole 9 yards. Even the plastic infantry are going to be available as the as digital versions. So they've gone back to the renders that Luigi made and went, how do we make these ones and zeros? So it's fascinating. Ronnie has decided that digital is going to be a thing. It's not going away. And so Mantic have decided to lay on to this. As far as the champions go, because I have these,
who would have thought? Right.
He's a little bit of a battle mage. And the interesting thing about it is your champions come with specific commands that they can issue. However, they never have enough commands for everybody, and where you put them at the start of a turn may influence how well your units do. So he's all about laying out the flame onto people, which is quite nice. Oh, I just realized I can do that. I can go page by page. But you get the backstory of him. So yeah, the fact that he went anywhere near Basileia for aid, that's a bad thing, because Basileia are terrible, terrible people. Your Gekuta are Jandrik Scouts, and then Valeth's Lancers are the Krasnor Lancers. But these guys are the most interesting. So you can see here the armor better. Really nice ornamental armor on them, and a lot less scaly than the other salamanders we've looked at, because the salamanders who are alive now are very old. Well, young to very old, but they've also had hundreds of years of development. These guys, they were frozen before salamanders had to go and find volcanoes to live near. They don't have sort of inner fire burning within them. They're a little less aggressive. However, they've got a really nice rule there, which is slow burn, where every turn their nerve goes up by 1. So you add the round number. Ooh. So if you can keep them alive till late game, they become very difficult to shift. If your opponent is clever, he'll go after them early and deal with them then. So this is what ancient salamanders look like compared to the more modern, craggy looking ones. So it's fascinating that Mantic have decided to go this digital route, both for the release of this box set and then also for their games in general. Kings of War, obviously, is their flagship. It's 4th edition's out. It's got a full army now with Epic Warpath that they released end of last year. It has 4 armies out in digital form, including including the plastics. So you can, if you're one of these printy peoples, you can just go in and go, I just want those. Give me those, and I'll print everything.
It makes a lot of sense, because it kind of fits with Mantic's ethos that they've always had, isn't it? Which is sort of low cost wargaming.
Yes,
and considering the fact that STL files don't cost a lot, you have them forever, and once you've got the 3D printer and you know how to use it, resin's not that expensive. So getting your hands on that stuff and printing endless amounts of it means you've got huge armies you can build. So
the other thing Ronnie mentioned in a live stream there a week or so ago was they have been unable to ship to some countries,
right?
Especially things like South America. Mm-hmm. The cost of shipping to South America is prohibitive. Some countries you just can't. There's no point in even attempting it, which has made life a mare for any board gamers in those regions anyway, because it's not just Mantic. It's pretty much everyone is having the same difficulty getting. So if you're in Argentina or wherever it happens to be, then you're limited. So this is a good way of getting access,
leveling
to
the playing
a whole range of stuff.
People.
Yeah, you no longer have to worry about, can I get it shipped here? Is there a store will sell it? Any of that nonsense. You can just buy the files and then print the files.
Yeah,
sing the theme tune.
Yeah, especially now it's becoming a lot more plug and play now. So
so they tell me. I'll never know. Yeah. Why have I got all these files? I don't know what I'm doing.
So Shay, when you eventually, Shay will buy a big printer and then
that's it. Yeah.
So
I'll just start a factory up, Jerry. I'll just print you whatever you want.
Nice.
You can have your own wee printer in the corner.
I imagine Shay's that will be expensive. Right. Speaking of Shay's Fab Lab,
Yes.
what about Shay's Science Fiction Labs?
Yes, Anvil Industry have just released an amazing new set of 3D printable minis in the form of Sci-Fi Bridge Crew.
Yay.
Star Trek! Yay! Not quite. Star
Spacewalk.
Trek.
Spacewalk.
Spacewalk. I like that one. Good one. I've wanted to
Space
play...
Hike.
Space Hike,
Space Hike. There we go. That's perfect. These 3D printable miniatures look lovely, I must say. I've wanted to play Stargrave again since since you and I played it, Jerry. God, a while ago. And these guys are perfect. These guys are pretty much what I would like to do as a Stargrave army. So this is pretty much perfect for me.
Not a ramshackle crew, a proper crew of proper people.
Proper crew, yeah.
Doing
I had a
away
ramshackle
missions.
crew last time. Yes, exactly. Could be used for away missions as well. But yeah, these guys are absolutely fantastic. Fully modular, so you can equip them with whatever guns you want. You can have, again, the guy just standing there like, I'm a badass, yeah. Yeah, damn right.
Could be
I
a
don't need
cat.
a gun. Exactly, yep. You don't need to have normal human men. You can have alien people. If you so wish.
Yes, you can. Pac Mara,
Yeah.
Mimbari. You had me at Pac Mara and Mimbari, to be fair. Am I rewatching Babylon 5? Yes, I am.
So yeah, you can equip them with whatever you like. There's holograms, there's pistols, there's different sci-fi weapons, yada yada. Fully modular. Oh, I didn't even see that one.
Is that Pac Mara a fan of Space Hike?
Yeah,
He must be. Big fan, yeah. I wonder which one he's watching. But yeah, like Jerry said, multiple different head options for different aliens, alien races, stuff like that. Looks really cool. One of the best things about this is the multi-shell stuff, which I actually had not heard about.
Yeah.
That this was actually a thing, but you can basically go in and use, there's a couple of different slicer programs. You can use that basically let you customize the stuff, which is awesome.
So you get hair and beard, and you can,
you can go
be
in
bald, or you can
Yeah,
take
so
his
you can go
goatee
in,
off.
you can take out hair, you can replace the beards, their accessories, their weapons, as you said, Ben, like adding rank pips and stuff like that to rank guys up. That's which is awesome, which means if you're playing a campaign and you do get ranked up, you could obviously go in and you probably have to reprint your miniature, but go ahead and reprint it with a higher rank, which is really, really nice. I genuinely had not heard about this, but that's very fascinating. The fact that that's a thing.
Yeah.
It's really cool looking. These miniatures look fantastic.
They're really good. I like that you can do that thing where you could have you could effectively then make two copies of your character. So you could make the version of your ensign on the bridge and then the version of them when they're on as part of an away team. Yeah. Change their kit so they become a bit more tactical and that kind of thing.
You'd have your season 1 Riker without beard, and then season 2 onwards with beard.
It's unnatural.
When I first seen these, because I hadn't seen all the frippery with them, I was thinking, is it something like The Expanse? Have they taken these from somewhere? Because I looked in there and I'm going, well, that's Josh Brolin right off the bat. But I know, it's just I have to say that there are a few faces where you're going, that does look like people. I mean, he looks
probably
like
intentional.
He looks like Jeff Conway, the Zach Allen from B5, who's also Kaneki and Greased and whatever that.
I'm sure they've definitely taken inspiration from a lot of places.
Yeah.
As you should.
I mean, in fact, I remember Barry rocking things. Really nice Rangers. And there's a cat.
It's a lovely set of minis. Yeah.
Like that.
Are you going to get some more STL files?
No.
Well, what's nice about these is that you don't have to just get them as digital. You can also buy them physically. So they're available digitally through the Patreon at the moment. And obviously you'll be able to buy them separately as STL files later on down the line. But if you do want to get them as physical miniatures, you obviously don't get all of the different options, but you can buy them as part of their just regular print on demand service. So if you do just want to get your hands on them, you don't want to mess around with 3D printing, just go over to their store and get them from there instead. Paint everybody red and put gold piping on, and then no one dies first because you're all in red. So you'll definitely survive the mission. It's all fine. So,
and no one can see you bleed.
that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. Well, isn't it though? We have one more bit of sci-fi news.
Yes.
It's a very sci-fi centric episode.
It has
It
been.
is, yeah.
It
Look
has
at
been.
us.
Lots of people getting involved in sci-fi at the moment. Games Workshop had some big reveals last week. One of the biggest was for the world of Warhammer 40,000, so we're going to be diving into what they revealed for that. The 500 Worlds campaign was the first big book that came out at the start of the year. Well, pre-orders have been around for that for the moment. But the next one's going to be the Maelstrom, which will introduce Corsairs and Pirates into the grim dark future, starting with the return of Huron Blackheart himself, the master of the Red Corsairs. He is back alongside his crew to despoil the galaxy of Warhammer 40,000. A lot of people will know Huron from the Badab War, the other civil war that happened within the Imperium way back when. And what's really nice about Huron and the Red Corsairs as a whole is that I love that we're getting chaos that's not just mutations. It's renegades, which is what a lot of people really love. It's not tentacles coming out of nether regions and all that kind of thing. It's just pure bad guys in a world of bad guys.
You say that. So, I kind of miss when they first did Red Corsairs. They were just renegades. They weren't chaos. They were just Space Marines who'd left their chapters, had given up. Yeah. And they would just get a big red X painted over their chapter symbols on their armor.
I remember that White Dwarf issue about that. Yeah.
So I don't know how I feel about them being, you must therefore be Chaos Worshipper now. You can't just have gone, I've had enough of this.
Yeah.
I'm going to sod off.
Yeah. So
they're less human these days, I think, Space Marines.
That's true.
Maybe the Emperor is a bit of a prick.
I think so.
Well, you'll see that the Corsairs are actually just an equal opportunities employer at this point, but later on. But so Huron is joined by Garion, the Corpse Master. So he was the apothecary of the I can't remember their name now. I've completely forgotten what their chapter was, but he was the apothecary of what the Red Corsairs were before they became who they are now. And he was one of the main reasons why the whole Badab War thing happened. Lots of stored gene seed and all that kind of thing. And now he runs around doing terrible experiments, as you might have imagined. And there is a Red Corsair on the floor who's not getting the medical attention that he needs.
No.
Because he's having his samples taken for something else. So there we go.
Like how he's gripping his apron there.
Yeah, like he's basically just going, you bastard.
Yeah.
I don't need the mercy shot.
Apothecary my arse.
I'm getting better. I feel happy.
That was the chapter, sorry, the Astral Claws. As well as that, we also have Qatar Garrix. So he is the headsman of your crew. Think of him as your sort of the quartermaster of an old pirate ship, the one who keeps order in reality, not the first mate, not the captain, the one who really does all the work. He goes around chopping the heads off anybody who defies Huron's orders, as well as also his enemies as well. Proper skull and crossbones thing going on. Yes. So he's your headsman to drop into the mix. You also have Garlon Soul Eater. So he was the one-time sorcerer. Psyker, obviously, librarian of the Astral Claws, now turned into the Tyrant's Witch, as you can see there, a Chaos Sorcerer. Master of Subterfuge and Deception amongst Huron's crew. And they say that he hasn't taken his helmet off in hundreds of years because he is horribly mutated and twisted beneath it, which makes sense, I would think. So, yeah.
Of course he is.
You also have members of Huron's crew that aren't superhumans. Captain Sargota is the commander of the Reign of Spite, which is Huron's ship. And she is as badass as the rest of them, has joined on board with the rest of these superhuman warriors to kick ass and take names and basically make a name for herself amongst in the Maelstrom. Comes on that really cool floating platform that you see there, which comes with loads of mechadendrite tendrils. So what happens is when they do boarding actions, she obviously comes along behind them. All those tendrils slam into the ship's systems and she takes over the ship and then can use it to blast other ships that were once allies and that kind of thing. Very cool. Comes with a peg leg with a skull on it.
Yes.
How grimdark is that? That's so cool.
So grimdark.
Yeah. And nice to see more mortals amongst the chaos stuff as well, which is quite nice. You also then have, and this is what I was talking about, equal opportunity employer. The Emperor wouldn't allow this, but the Huron has their bounty hunter, the Enforcer, which is an old Warhammer race reborn in the new edition for hunting down the enemies of Huron. And as you might imagine, not a lot of them come back alive.
Really? Yeah.
Dead is easier because there's less paperwork, I guess. Not that Huron probably does paperwork. But there we go.
Doesn't seem the type.
Yeah, so this is a Terrellian from the world of Warhammer alongside the Barghisi that you can see there down at the bottom. Again, a little bit of a callback to old Warhammer 40,000. If you wanted a Bosk in your games of Warhammer 40,000, there's your Bosk. There we go. So clearly also stolen some tech from the Leagues of Votan. I'm sure she did nicely.
No.
So, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
He might have bought it.
Yeah, maybe. True.
True.
Yeah.
It's a very Imperium point of view you have there of all aliens
That's
must
true.
be thieves.
Yeah.
Yep.
This all comes alongside a bunch of other releases for making a themed Red Corsairs army. For example, you have the new Red Corsairs Reeve Captain, who is another option for you to lead your Chaos Space Marines on the tabletop. Sorry, I keep saying Chaos Space Marines. I mean, they are Chaos Space Marines, but they're effectively just renegades. They don't have to be from the followers of the Dark Gods. Comes with different options, as you can see there, for making a lovely pirate captain, and comes with infiltrate as a rule, so you can use that to go alongside the rest of your Red Corsairs to pop up where they're least expected to plunder and pillage. And all.
Just need to drop this in here, because if I don't, I'll be very upset. You see that head?
Yes.
Down there. Is that
Sneaky
not
fellow.
the American Mr.
Yes,
Sheen?
I was about to say, yeah.
So he's Reeve Captain Sheen then.
He is Reeve Captain
you
Sheen,
go.
100%.
It's the smile with a little
It's the
smirk.
smile. It's a big bald head, the smile.
Yeah.
The Reeve Captain can then be used to lead your Red Corsairs Raiders. So this takes the traditional Chaos Space Marine Legionaries set, but then bolts on the add-on pack for the Red Corsairs, which gives you lots of new head options and weapons and things like that, different accessories for making them into piratical fellows. So again, not full of mutations, none of that stuff. It's just big, angry men who want to go and kick ass and take names and don't want to serve the Corpse Emperor anymore. For whatever reason it might be. So a really nice set. And I think the next one gives you an idea of so that's just a little bit of a sample of what's going to be in the set. I think there's going to be more in there because there are more heads on the example than there are
a guy with
represented there.
Dreads
So,
pulled up and stuff,
Yeah. So it'd be cool to see how that, and you obviously get the transfer sheet as well, which can be used for your vehicles and that kind of thing. This will all be included as part of the, at least to begin with, the Lords of the Maelstrom set, which will come with a bunch of Raiders, your Terminators, your Reeve Captain, and also your Traitor Guard in there as well. So you can make a proper full-on Renegade force for use on the tabletop, which is pretty badass. So yeah, if you're interested in chaos, but from a different point of view, because you can be bad and you can take the gifts of the Chaos Gods, but you don't have to actually like them, as is the case with plenty of Chaos followers, then maybe snap this up and have some fun. Alongside them, going up against them, we also have more pirates, but this time from the Aeldari side of things. So as a servant of Iandan, I have to bow before technically the outcast prince, but the prince of Iandan, Prince Iriel. So he is back with his Yu-Gi-Oh collection. He's back to kick ass and take names with a brand new model that is very in keeping with the previous one, to be honest. It's same stance in many ways. Comes with his Spear of Twilight, as you can see there, and his two fluttering back banners, as you might have imagined, alongside his wonderful top knot. Or you can go for the helmeted version this time if you like as well, which is quite cool. So
the fact they've put ears on the helmet is throwing me.
It's very in keeping with the Drukhari and kind of Vizark look of the Yanari from.
How did their ears get? Or are they just fictional ears?
I think they're fictional ears, I think.
At which point, that's just, I mean, That's a blade trap, as they call it. Anybody swinging an axe or blade at his head, it will bounce off and then get caught and drive it into the side of his head. Yeah. That's how you die. In which case,
don't wear your helmet.
Don't wear the helmet. It's the one time a helmet won't save you.
Yeah.
Lose an ear before you lose your life.
So he's obviously going to be defending the Maelstrom in his own particular way and doing all sorts of deadly endeavors alongside his Psyker friend, Karseth, who is a different type of Psyker within the Aeldari. They're effectively attuned to fluctuations in the warp. And so what they do is they can tell when a ship is going to come out of the warp. So, he can then they can work alongside Uriel to ambush ships as they come out, and then they attack from nowhere and all that kind of thing. Also means they are really adept at using that kind of power on the tabletop, so they can almost rip apart reality, a little bit like the D cannons and D weapons of the Aeldari, to like effectively black hole you to death, really, on the tabletop. So another really nice miniature there for you to use as a character in your forces. These can then be used to lead some new miniatures that are going to be used for the Corsairs. So the Corsairs already exist as a sort of like foot unit. They came out originally for Kill Team, but they're now available in Warhammer 40,000 as well. If you want to then build on top of that, you now have the Corsair Sky Reavers. So these are your jet-packing infantry that can fly around the tabletop. So you don't have to just rely on swooping hawks to do that. Yeah. Well, yeah. No Baharoth needed here. These aren't aspect warriors, I guess. But yeah, armed with a variety of different weapons, you can use them to zoom around the battlefield, really hit that kind of like tempo of a Corsair army, zipping around, going to objectives and all that kind of thing. Nice little kit there on that side of things. This also marked another fast unit coming into the mix, which is the Starfang. So this is a miniature for use alongside the Corsairs. Flies around, blasts things. Comes with your heavier weapons, obviously, for taking out armored targets, whereas your Sky Reavers and your regular Corsair Void Guard and things will be doing the infantry work, the grunt work.
Based on the Venom?
Yeah. Well, based on the Viper. So, although Venom Viper, kind of a mix between the two, effectively, because you've got that kind of mash of aesthetics.
It's a tail gunner.
Yeah, so they're very Snowspeeder-esque. Yeah. Actually comes with Drukhari weaponry, I think, built onto it as well, which is quite cool, as a mix between the two different styles for the Aeldari and the Drukhari. But the Starfang kit also makes the Viper, which has now got an updated version. And obviously, kit allows you to make one or the other. So if you're, and it's keeping with the classic silhouette of the original Viper as well, so it's not going to look out of place alongside the rest of your stuff, but obviously a little bit more of a well-protected gunner this time.
Yeah, they knew the risks.
Yeah. So some nice little vehicle options there for the Corsairs. All of this will come as part of another big set that's coming out at the same time for the first launch of all of this. So you'll get Prince Uriel there alongside Karseth, the Corsair Sky Reavers, the Starfang / Viper, whichever way you want to build it. And you'll also get your Void Guard in there too. So the existing kit is in the mix. All of the rules for them will come as part of the new Maelstrom supplement that's coming out. But the data sheets, the data slates, all the rules for them and their miniatures and their detachments will be available on Warcom. So Warhammer community website, and available in the app as well. So even if you don't buy the books, you'll get the core rules for them to use in your games separately and for free.
Nice.
However, if you do want all of the lore and the campaign stuff, and then they're going to put in like a new build your own character system into the game as well, that's all going to be included as part of the Maelstrom supplement. So if you're going to be playing Crusade games and that kind of thing, you'll want to pick up that book and play it and grab that and play your games using that. But yeah. Some fun stuff coming down the pipeline for pirates in the world of Warhammer 40,000. So, yeah, very nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to see where they go next. So these are all tied to narrative books?
Yes. So the end of 10th edition is happening in the first 6 months of this year.
Oh, that's right. Yes, they're killing everything. Yeah.
Started off with 500 Worlds Titus, which was covering Titus's reclamation of Ultramar and the reformation of that for old rowboat girly man. This will then lead into what's happening with the Maelstrom, and then I do believe that they're going to be doing something called the Eye of Terror campaign, which is going to focus. I was about to ask
when the next Black Crusade was coming.
Yeah, which is going to focus on the Iron Warriors, so Perturabos Legion.
All right.
Maybe Demon Protorabo coming back. We'll have to wait and see. And then the rumor is that it will all come to a head with the last thing, which will be called Armageddon. And Armageddon will be the name of the new edition box set, because obviously the last one was called Leviathan. This one will be called Armageddon. And the rumor is, again, that the box set will come with Space Marines versus Orcs. It'll be a return to that. You'll see them painted in the Blood Angels style, because obviously the Blood Angels have had quite a history with Armageddon.
Yeah.
Alongside Orcs. And maybe
Tycho went mad and joined the Death Company there.
Yes, although he's dead now. So
sure.
Maybe
like that stopped anybody in Warhammer 40,000.
I was going to say, saying that somebody's dead isn't necessarily a rule, because a lot of people are thinking that Yarrick's going to come back. We'll never know. Mainly because there's all this deep lore for the Orcs that what they believe becomes reality because they're actually latent psychers. And that's how all their weapons work.
Yeah.
And so what some people have theorized that they still think that Yarrick can't die. So
therefore, he must be on
die.
Armageddon.
Yes. So Yarrick cannot be dead.
I like the idea of a decomposing, essentially an undead white like Yarrick. Please let me die. Please let me die. Stumbling around Armageddon, dragging his power fist behind him as his sinews rot.
Yeah,
that amuses me.
So some fun stuff coming up for Warhammer 40,000.
Yeah,
lots of other things were revealed as well.
Yeah.
New Custodes, lots of things for Age of Sigmar too, but too much for us to go into as part of this.
Nobody needs custards. You do
too much for us to
anymore.
go into as part of this episode.
I need more custards.
I'd be interested to see, because personally, obviously I don't have any skin in the 40k game anymore, but having seen the Corsairs there, all I can think in my head is the 13th Company. They've been awfully quiet, haven't they? And they've not brought back the best Primarch yet.
No.
So at some point, I imagine Ross will arrive at the head of the 13th Company, who found him wherever he was.
Yeah.
Not looking like he should, as per Rogue Trader, and offending me deeply in every way, shape, or form. Probably on a dog sled.
I think
Grimdar's put that on the one side, hasn't he?
He's going to be a big werewolf, I think. He's going to be a big werewolf.
God, could you imagine?
Either that, or he's either going to be werewolf, or he's going to be Odin, or he's going to come in a pack that will make him look like Odin, but he can turn into a werewolf. So
Sure, why not? At this stage of the game, why not?
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's enough for this week. That's more than enough for this week before we go completely off the rails. We should be back again next Friday for more of the same. Or you can join us on Sunday morning over at OnTableTop.com, where our Cult of Games members get an extra long version of our wittering about hobby. And if you're not already a cultist, you can join us for free with a 30-day trial. Otherwise, get in, have a look at Trainfest, and we'll see you next week. Until then, have a great week of gaming. Bye-bye.
Go ahead and check out our other content on screen now. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe and remember to ding our dong. Go on, you know you want to click it. Go on.